I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 No filter, I got no filter.
Hello. Welcome to Tuesday Night Hangout. Actually, Paramotor Hangout. I'll never get that straightened out in my head. Welcome. As you guys can tell, I'm the only one on the panel tonight. I have talked to Eric today, and they respectively declined my invite for tonight, which is fine. With that being said, I want to go ahead and nip this in the bud real quick. There were some issues with us, and I really feel horrible about how the whole thing went down. So I am publicly apologizing for anything they feel that I have done to affect them in their lives or their shows or what have you. And I don't hold any remorse towards them for anything that's been done or said or whatever. So at this point, I'm prepared to move on, and hopefully they are as well. Jade, Eric, you have my official, public, whatever you want to call it, apology, and I hope the best for you guys. Seriously. With that being said, any of the moderators in the chat there's no filter. Don't block anything. Let it ride. So. I'm not saying that anybody's going to put anything in there, but this is the no filter, so just let it go. It's not a big deal. Man, ever since I wanted to do this show, I've absolutely slept like a dream the last 2 nights. It's just been a lot of weight off of my shoulders, and actually in preparation. Of this show. I'm super excited, and I'm ready to just move forward, and I hope everyone else is as well. I did ask that Mark and Will come on the show later. I wanted to make sure that there was no option. Actually, just to clarify, I did not send Eric and Jade the link because they already said that they weren't coming on the show, so I did not send them a link. Let's get that all out in the open. At this point, there's no hidden agenda, whatever. If you guys were looking for that tonight, I apologize. That truly was not my intentions for this show tonight. It was literally to tell them that I apologize. So, with that being said, I got great news. My wife and I are steadily packing. I just jumped on here right before the show started. Her and I and Smart Car Brian's wife, Rachel, and my buddy Jason, aka Soup, we're planning to go to a thing called Hang Kong over in Brooksville. Sorry, my wife's over there. She's not listening. Anyways, we go we go hammock camping, and it's supposed to get as cold as, I think, 31, which I'm super excited about. Oh, by the way, I have not watched any of the chat, just so you know. If you guys say hi to me or whatever, I'm not ignoring you. I'm literally not paying attention to chat. It's non-existent for me tonight as of right now. Actually, I just looked at chat. Here, let me make this easier for me. There you go. I can't see it now. Anyways, long story short, we're going Wednesday night to Sunday, and I was trying to extend it because I have Monday off, and my wife just let me know that that's not going to happen. I have to bring her home, apparently, because she works on Monday. But anyways, So let me real quick recap on the intro. You have to wait for the outro to understand the intro, if that makes any sense, is what I was told. So I have seen the outro. It makes perfect sense. Hopefully, you guys understand it. With all that being said, we have packed up and got ready for this trip yesterday and today, and I am super excited. And it's killing me not to see the chat because I want to answer some of the questions if there's any in there or say hello to people. But I have literally here. Watch. This is what's on my screen. So if I go up here, I can see the chat, but it's on banner. So I actually can't see the chat because I really want to just focus on what I'm talking about. Normally, I depend on Will or Mark to point out things in the chat, and obviously, I can't do two things at once because I'm not that smart. Anyways, I am hoping for this new year to do a great show and hopefully give you guys some info one way or the other. I don't know what we're going to teach you. Will's the smart one of the group. So Mark's the comedian, and, well, I have a paramotor. So outside of that, that's all I can tell you. This did not last. I'm apparently talking really fast because I can feel it. Am I talking really fast?
Normal.
Normal. I talk this fast all the time?
Maybe not.
Okay. Anyways, I'm just glad to put out what I did, and I'm very thankful for tonight. So if you guys don't want to wait any longer for some real professional people to come on, Mark and Will, if you guys are listening, if you guys want to come on right now, that's perfect. If not, well, this is going to be a boring ass 1 hour show. Anyways, have any of you guys done? Actually, this I'm going to ask this question, but this is preparing me for a paramotor camping trip. So I'm overpacking on this because I have my wife and Brian's wife and then my buddy Jason. So this doesn't really count, but the idea of the hammock, all the stuff that I need for a overnight is going to give me kind of an idea of what I can carry and what I cannot carry on a takeoff. So, or for a flight. Oh, so kind of, well, you got to turn your YouTube down. Oh, what a rookie.
Yeah, and I'm not used to double duty there.
Hey, I appreciate you finally showing up today. Good Lord.
Well, you hung up all of it.
No. I was literally telling Chris, I was like, where did Will go? I was like, I guess he's out. Peace.
No, it just stopped. I figured we were doing whatever. So, I mean, I was cool with it.
Nope, it just knocked you out, dude. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah. So believe it or not, I was in the middle of a Tetris game, but I stopped to listen to what you said, and yeah, man, good for you. Really.
I'm dude. I'm telling you, ever since I planned this show, I have it's taken a weight off my shoulders, and I'm greatly appreciative of, like I said, of this opportunity to be able to say I'm sorry and to hopefully move forward.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. If I have done anything at all, I'm sorry. I would like to know what it was, though, but I am sorry if it hurt you.
Well, I will tell you, I've had that same question, but I'm letting it go. Me personally, I am letting whatever it is, I don't care. It's done. We're starting fresh. I'm starting fresh as of this show. So if you are inquiring minds want to know, that's on you. For me personally, DUN, done.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I was over whatever. I didn't know it was an issue. But anyways, your topic tonight is still spot on because I was thinking about it. And what was the topic?
Curly hair or straight hair?
No, it was working things out or working out by Jane Fonda, something like that.
Oh yeah, I thought it was Richard Simmons.
But yeah, I was looking. Hey, everybody in the chat, what's going on? And yeah, everybody loves a fight. That's just kind of the nature of people. They love blood, and I know because I'm people. It's just kind of how we are. But so if you were disappointed, I'm sorry, but it's not going to be. It'll be worth your while because it's brought some things to my attention, really, that I don't know if it's been talked about a lot. And that is negative stuff on the internet and about other pilots or about other schools or about other, well, it doesn't matter. The content doesn't matter. What matters is it's being negative. And I have often said that I owe this sport more than I could ever repay. And so, Mark, how you doing?
Fair to middling.
So, with that said, if the sport has done for me what it has done,
Bye, Mark. Too hard of a question. Too hard of a question.
He didn't participate in the show. So, where was I? Well, if the sport has done for others what it has done for me, then, man, if somebody were to see that negativity, I wish the person who was doing it, I'm not going to mention any names, but I wish they would stop and consider the damage it might do to people looking to get into the sport. And there's people who really need to get in here. People who are suffering from emotional trauma, disabled vets, you name it, So I truly believe that the sport has saved lives. So please consider. You might think it's funny and cute and all that, but I think it's got some serious ramifications that because it's not a me problem, this is a we problem. Do you know how it feels? And in the chat, you guys can relate to this, but when someone comes up to you after their first flight that you witnessed, you live all of that excitement, all of that energy. I mean, you're just like right there with them, right? There's that instant connection. So what affects one of us affects all of us in a positive way, but it works also negatively. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. I mean, if you got to beef with someone, take it up with the person. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been in 8th grade, so I've forgotten a lot of the rules, but just take it up with the other person and no need to air it out in public. I mean, if
eighth grade for you was what, 1954?
I graduated 38 years ago.
Golly.
Yep.
Really?
Really?
Oh, yeah, you are 60-something. That's right.
I'm 55. Get up.
Mark's like, shut up, guys.
I think Mark's older. Aren't you older than I am, Mark?
Yeah.
I don't know. How old are you? I'm 54.
Oh, whoopsie.
Ooh, really?
Me? Yeah, I've been pretty well used up, but I'm 54.
Are you sure about that? Seriously, because I spent the last year telling everyone I was 56, and it turned out I was 55. So I guess that's a sign of the times to come.
Oh, well,
yeah,
I can
ask me about my new video.
You have a new video?
I didn't see it.
I haven't posted it.
Oh, because I was about to feel bad, dude. I was like, wait a minute. I've been so busy today. I was in panic mode.
Hopefully I have 2 new videos coming out, and hopefully have one of them done before I head down to Florida for the trip. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Just the Tip 6.0, and hope you guys like it. Worked hard on it. And for those wondering, I do my own videos. I have never hired anyone to do my videos. I wish I could do that. That would be nice. But no, it's I and I alone.
Can you do my videos and do it for free? Because that'd be great.
Yeah, free is pretty much all I know how to work for. So yeah.
Real quick, Mark, are you getting ready for next week?
I work tomorrow, but then after that I'll be getting ready.
Okay. So Mark has texted me every single day since 87 days ago about how many days are left, and has literally stretched out and just literally made it the longest possible time. Will, thanks for never texting me and doing that. I appreciate it, sir.
What were you talking about there?
Marcus texts me every day how many more days until we go camping.
I
Yeah,
never
I'm
get
ready.
in. He even sent me the wrong date, so
Well, I did that on purpose.
everyone else is
No.
there. Happy.
No, Mark. I sent Will the wrong dates. I
Hey,
wish. Go ahead, Mark.
and Will, I don't know when you're going down to Florida, but I know here's about halfway or so. So if you want to come by and spend the night, you're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I might take you up on that, and then we'll head down together. We'll
Whoa,
kind of
now, easy with that Predator van.
Oh. So a lot of you guys may or may not know we're all going. There's 12 of us, I think, total, heading down to Florida. Well, they're heading down to Florida. I'm just going across the state of Florida, and we're going to do some camping and some flying and a whole lot of cooking and a lot of hanging out and doing pretty much this, but without the cameras. I'm super looking forward to it. Well, neither one of you speak up and agree with that.
I
You
cannot
jackasses.
I'm not looking forward to it that much.
Oh, wait a minute. I see hi all. Hold on, my boss lady's sitting next to me asking me to read stuff. Hold on. Kristen, I don't even have, I just now put the damn chat up.
Sorry.
Oh, here. Look at, she's famous. She's on the big screen.
Dang, look at that.
Thanks, Will.
Oh, that's your daughter. It's your two daughters, right?
Yeah, I don't have no sister.
Yeah.
I just got a wife and a daughter.
Okay. So Tony in the chat asked about the wing with rods in it. I think that's the new pair of Mac pairs that are coming out, but there's no release date other than early spring or spring of 2023. That's what I've heard. That's what Brian Goff just texted me. So
is there a set time or date that we're going to have him back on? Because that dude was a plethora of information. Will and I talked to him after 11 o'clock after that show 2 weeks ago or last week, whatever it was.
And that's not recorded, right?
No.
It's too bad because that would have been an awesome freaking show too. Just by itself.
I 100% agree with you. I was sitting there tired and ready to go and not ready to go because I was just, the dude has so much information and things that he talks about that when he trains students and after so many hours, they literally go in and break down the motor. Holy crap, for a guy that barely knows what a spark plug is on his paramotor, that would have been some great information. You know what I mean? Like literally would have loved to have that option, but that wasn't the school I went to. Not that I'm putting that school down, but I'm just simply saying we didn't really talk about maintenance and stuff like that. It was just kind of, when things aren't running right, fix it. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of basic, but this seems to be a breakdown of what you should be knowing how to do on your paramotor.
Yeah, well, that's a good point because I was 50 flights in before I knew how to actually get into my seat correctly. I didn't know what those little straps were that were down by your knees, down by your thighs or whatever, where you pull them up and tighten them up so you can keep your seat. I didn't know what those were. So I was flying around my first 50 flights, just kind of, I got used to it that way. But
at a 45, just hanging off the seat by your cheeks.
But so good training is imperative, and if it hasn't come up lately, problems with training, I don't think, at least I haven't seen it. But if you're wondering about who to go see or what flight training you should use, check the local group first before you do anything and start, picking their brains, asking them who they recommend, and stay off the internet after you until you talk to the local group, and you should be hooked up. You want some good positive feedback.
Actually, I want to. I'm actually meeting up with Andrew Fuller when I'm camping. I got to take him my wings so that I can get the brake lines replaced, and I'm changing out the porcelain eyelets for the brake lines to a pulley system because this is my fourth or fifth brake set of brake lines because the lines over time will end up creating um,
Aware.
a V or a wear in the line, and it starts cutting into the sheathing and the brake line.
Yep, I've had that same thing happen to me. And, just normal wear and tear. So, are you replacing your own line?
I'm sorry.
Are you replacing your own line?
No, I'm literally giving Andrew my wing, and
Oh,
he's
he's going
already.
to do it.
Yeah,
I got
so my eyelets are sewn in, so he's got to take those out and then sew in the pulleys. And he said all of it would take about an hour and a half. So we shall
Well,
see.
so yeah, I'd definitely draw the line on sewing.
Well, actually, ironically, Krista, real quick out loud, who sews what in this house?
You.
Yeah, that's right, me. My daughter
Seriously?
will live. Yeah, I do all the sewing, apparently all the cooking, and well, we can see my hand. I don't know if you can see my hand. Hold on, let me try. That's what happens when I try to do dishes. I break pots or crock pots, fall on them, and then I get out of them. I don't have to do them no more. So that worked out great.
I'm going to pull something up here. If someone is interested in lines and stuff, let's see here. Yeah, that's it. All right, so present, share screen, and window. So, if you need a line, this is where I get my lines from. Paramotor City's Lines in a Day. And Michelle, when you call, she'll probably be the one who answers and who you talk to. She is awesome. She'll work with you, tell you what you need, and kind of walk you through the steps. So $25 any line, any length. And she also, the reason I brought this site up, has some good videos on how to knot and how to tie lines. Where did I see them? I promise you they're here somewhere on this page.
The knots that I use, I call the lines that I use is called a knot knife or a knife knot because it takes a knife to get the knot out. You just cut the line and call it a day. Same thing with fishing line, dude. Same thing.
Oh, did you read the comment?
I did, but I got rid of it because I want the screen to show up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There was Paramotor. It was funny. I laughed when I first read it, so I thought it was kind of funny. And Lift Paramotor, he's North Carolina dude. He says he'll be offering reserve repacking soon. Any idea?
Yeah, because I need my reserve is needing to be repacked. FYI.
I don't know if mine needs to be repacked or not. It's been a year in the backseat of my car, and probably. I mean, it probably needs to. I'll find out if it works or not eventually. So if you need lines, there's other places you can go. This is just the one that I've had good luck with, and she's spot on. If you do replace a line, though, replace both of them. Don't just replace one. I mean, if it's like brand new, okay, that's one thing, but just go ahead and replace both of them so you know they're equal lengths, and you'll be good to go.
All right, so Jade is in the chat, and I would suggest Jade, if and Will, you guys could get together and work that out. That'd be fantastic. In private,
Yeah, I didn't read it. Let me see.
No, I'm not posting it. I'm literally.
15. Will just come on saying he has one. I do have no idea, Jade, and I would love for you to come on the show and tell me. Honestly, please.
No. You guys can do that. Hold on. Will.
I'm just telling you me, okay? I'm okay with that because my conscience is clear. And I'm okay with it.
And this is why you guys should have. Eric and I had a conversation today. It was helpful. I think it was a benefit to both sides, and I'm thankful for it. I think you two could work that out and go from there.
Anytime. Hey, anytime. Give me a call. You call me now. I'm okay with it.
You can't call him now. You're busy.
No, you call me right now. Hey, I mean, I put the show on mute.
And me and Mark would just be
Hey,
sitting
there you
here.
go. There you go. You can call me now, Jade. I'll put the show on mute. You know I'm available. So I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh my gosh. Why does stupid alerts come up on this laptop? I don't understand it. Hey, my buddy or Smart Car Brian gave me a brand new laptop like a month ago. Haven't even opened it. Just stuck with this one. I'm like, and he gave me this one too. But it works. So why am I messing with another laptop? Now I have to transfer everything over to the other one, and that just seems like a lot of trouble.
My doctor told me, this is from Lift Paramotor, my doctor told me I was going deaf. That was hard to hear. Do you have a book of dad jokes, dude? I think you do.
I think I've told that one on this show before, but I'm.
Okay. Well, just want to throw it out there, man.
Hold on.
All right, now this is to me. So, and I'm part of the show. Will, you are toxic, and you didn't deserve to be treated like that. That's what I want to clear up. So that's the part. And you know what? That's negative, and I'm willing to get past that. So, if you want to, Jade, you can hold on to it for as long as you need to. But I would encourage you to either call me or text me, and I'll call you when it's fine or whatever. But I mean, I got into this sport to have fun, and the politics of things and I'm just not into that, man. I'm not into. I don't know. I'm into flying, and that's it.
Okay, so go back to that joke about the doctor telling him he was deaf and that was hard to hear. That joke fell on deaf ears, just so you know.
Yeah. Brian Waller says he loves to fly, hates drama. I'm with you. Mark McElroy says, hello, Walter. What's up, Walter?
Anyways, so I'm trying to keep this positive. Anyways, long story short, I would really like to have Brian Goff back on because that dude, like I said, is amazing. His information that he gave after the show, I was sitting there going, "Why are we not still live?" Like, it was great. It was great info, and he said he'd be willing to come back on. Will, so anytime we want to make that happen, you just let him know.
I have a feeling he would come back on it at any time.
Yeah, he said he had fun doing it.
Yeah, we'll give him a little time, a little time off. Probably in early spring when the new wings come out. Wonder if they have anything on their website.
I don't know. I don't know what wing. I'm not in the market for a wing. I'm waiting for Mark to get tired of one of the new ones that he buys, and then just like, hey, anybody need a cherry case? And I'd be like, I'm over here, and then Mark just gives me that wing. That's the kind of wing I'm looking for.
What mark are you even talking about?
Mr. McElroy?
Until I can find somebody that'll start taking the EBT card for a wing, I'm screwed.
Mark, Krista has the greatest gift for you, by the way.
That sounds lovely.
You're getting in on camping, just at camping, so just so you know.
All right, I'll be ready. I'm bringing my dog.
Yeah, bring him. Bring her. I'm bringing my dogs. After when Kaylee shows up, she's bringing the dogs, I should say. Yeah, I'm super excited about that trip, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too.
And
so I was looking on the MacPara site, and they do have. Can I screen share this or no?
Yes, sir.
Windows. Okay, there we go. So, oh man, they just had it. I wonder if I can go back. Yeah, I can. I gotta do it over here. Elon 3. That is the one that I'm interested in is the Colorado though. Progress 2. Gosh, man. I never heard of that. Colorado, there she is. So this has rods in the wings. I think this is what Tony was talking about. And from what I remember, the rods were they made the wing more rigid. But and I want some more information on it. I'll stop screen sharing unless they've got more pictures. Hold on.
Yeah, because they said it makes it more rigid, but you take a chance of bending one of those. So can you bend it back? Is would have been my question.
Yeah, and that's what he said. He was some more information on it and get back to us.
Right.
But I mean, I very, very rarely, hit the leading edge of my wing to the point where, it would damage it. I don't think, but man, there could be that one time. You never know.
Yeah, the last time I had that happen, I did a uphill downwind landing at Ben Paramotor NC's house, and I ended up on my knees and crawling, trying because the wing was pulling me forward. And boom, that wing hit, and I was like, man, that sounded bad. And I checked my wing, everything was good, but dude, I don't know if that would be enough to bend the rods in there, or if it takes some sort of, I don't know, like a car running it over. Not that that would be an option, but I don't know.
So Greg Laney saying, after a year of flying, I'm looking into doing cross-country flights this year. What's everyone's goals to improve upon this year? That's a good question.
So, Greg, let me ask you something. What do you consider cross-country? How many miles? And is it one way and then you're landing out, or is it going there and coming back? Because that is for me. I mean, if we leave the compound and fly to the beach and back, that's cross country. That's 30, almost 35 miles round trip. Well, we got lift paramotor here. The rods and the leading edge need to be bent. Yeah, I mean, I could only imagine how much they'd have to actually get bent for it to affect the wing's ability to fly the way it's designed. So Greg said he's landing out, then coming back. I've flown 30 miles, and then landing back where I took off. Now we did when I first started flying. I'm talking less than 50 flights. We did the poker run at Wauchula to Avon, which I left with a full tank of fuel and I landed with maybe a quarter of a tank of fuel left, had to refuel and then flew back, which I didn't make it all the way back. There was a front coming in, and being inexperienced, the bumps that I hit, I was like, yeah, this isn't going to work for me. So I landed in a pasture, crossed the fence, and got picked up by my wife. Along with Krista picked me up with Smart Car Brian and his daughter. And I think we ended up with we ended up with 5 pilots in the back of my truck. Poor Violet, who was only like 4 at the time, or 3 at the time, there was wings shoved in the back of the back seat of my truck over top of her, and then there was paramotors and pilots in the back seat, or in the back of the truck, and we went back to ended up back at the airport where we started. But now, knowing what I know about my wing and the ability to fly, I would have flown through all of that, not even second guessed it at this point. What's up, Keith Gray?
What's up, Keith?
Keith and Kit. You can't say Keith without saying Keith and Kat. It just doesn't happen.
Kind of hard to do.
It is. So what do you consider a cross country? How many miles? What's the minimum?
I really don't know. I haven't done enough cross countries, if you ask me. I certainly haven't done it really long. I think the longest one I've done is maybe 30 miles or so. That's about it.
Well, we are going to have a very short cross country when we leave Wauchula Airport and go back to campground because we're going to land there and get picked up there.
That'll be nice. So, like distance wise.
Well, the day that Brian did it, the winds were blowing perfectly back from Wauchula to the campground, and I think it took him maybe 15 minutes, but he got a top speed of like 62 miles an hour.
Yeah.
It was a bit stiff going into the wind. You weren't if he would have missed the campground, he would not have been able to turn around and come back. He'd have been done for.
Yeah.
So what did Greg just say? So Greg said he also has avgas, blah blah blah. So do you? All right. So Mark, you use non-ethanol fuel,
Correct.
but you haven't used avgas, so you don't know which one burns better than the other.
No, I've never used it. I used that VP race fuel for about the first 70 hours, but that got up to about, thank you, Joe Biden, up to about $18 a gallon. So then finally I broke down and switched to non-ethanol. And it's funny too, because spending all that money on fuel, I got 123 hours. And the first 60 to 70 hours were on VP. And then the rest of it's been on non-ethanol. And the motor runs fine.
Yeah. DP's in the house.
What's up, DP?
Just want to say hello to DP. I have actually once upon a time actually bought non-ethanol, like the cheapest non-ethanol, like 89 I think it was, and I didn't realize at the time because I had never run anything in my motor other than avgas, and I can tell you right now that motor had more pep in it on that cheap stuff than it did in the with the avgas in it.
Yeah, mine is 90 octane. I pay $4 a gallon for it. I run 87 octane non-ethanol in my generator. It's all good.
Shane runs that.
How many years did Brian? He says didn't he say he only runs, or he says he's run it all? But didn't he say he did a test between avgas or was it the different oils maybe?
I've only ever run the Red Armor two-stroke, but I have run. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and wrap myself out. I've actually used ethanol 89 once upon a time. It was a pinch, and I ran 5 gallons through it, and I really didn't notice any difference. But I went right back to the avgas. So I don't know if 5 gallons is really going to make a difference for a motor.
Well, the main advantage of the ethanol free, right, is that it doesn't attract water like the
correct
the ethanol the ethanol does. So if that's the only advantage, I mean, when I fly a lot, and the fuel really doesn't have a chance, I don't think, to.
I was running mine completely almost out of gas every time with that because I wanted to burn that 5 gallons up because I really didn't want it. But it didn't change anything. It didn't run smoother. It didn't run rougher. It didn't run any longer or shorter. I don't know what the difference is unless you're going to leave it in your tank and let it draw in moisture.
John Wayne says you can put water into ethanol gas and it will combine with the ethanol and settle to the bottom, leaving only gas. Very nice.
So yeah, I mean, we can have a debate about it's it's the same debate as what rifle round is the perfect deer hunting rifle or round. Like it's the same thing, ethanol and non-ethanol and whatever. It's whatever you fly, dude, fly it. You know what I mean? I've been told that ethanol gas causes the pipe inside of the silencer to deteriorate quicker. I'm on my second, or actually, I'm on my second or my no, I'm on my second silencer, and I have over 125 hours on this one, 120 hours, and it still runs just fine. But when the first one went, it was about 60 feet in the air on takeoff, and that just absolutely killed my motor. All the packing just went to the end of it, clogged the motor or the exhaust up. Motor died. And that was in Vail, North Carolina, and had to hook a U-turn and land downwind. There was no, I have time to figure out where to land. It was literally, I know the LZ's that way. I turned, and time I got turned around, it was feet on the ground. I was like, holy crap.
Dana likes the smell of avgas. Now that isn't a grade of avgas, though.
My paramotor is right behind me. There's 10 gallons of avgas sitting here, and this room stays, unless I'm in it, stays shut up. You can't smell any kind of gas. Now, if my house actually catches fire, this room's going to go up like a blaze of glory, just so you know. I actually had 5 gallons of this gas in the back of my truck, in the cab of my truck, and I totally forgot about it. My truck, I never smelled anything other than the smell of my truck. So if I have non-ethanol gas in this motor, it has to be out in the shed, and that shed is not what I want to leave my motor in for too long.
Yeah. Keith Gray says Motul 800 and 93 octane pump gas. Travis, though, swears he's used Motul and lowest octane pump gas for dozens of student engines. Yeah, so I'm kind of wondering about that. Not to open a debate because it doesn't really matter, I guess. But I mean, it's a lot cheaper than avgas. About that, Dana, I had, in my van, I don't have a bulkhead, and I was concerned about that. Being, I normally travel around with 10 gallons of fuel, and I thought I was going to have a problem with that, but I never smell any of the odors. So either I've gotten used to the smell of gas and desensitized to it, or I don't know. The Paramotor says, once I run through AMSOIL, it's going to go to Motul 710, not doing 800 anymore. And is that because of the excessive residue, or where y'all find it?
I mean, I've run my carb, I haven't had any issues with it, and I've gone as much as 75, 80 hours before ever having an issue with it, running off of the avgas.
I'll be right back. I just lost battery power on my mouse. Stay on.
Oh Lord, plug in your mouse. With paramotor, yes, I fly a PAP. Moster 185. What is it? 2000. I started flying 3 years ago, so 2019, right at the end of 2019, October. So I think I've got 200. I'm gonna guess, rough guesstimate. I think it's 235 hours on my motor, and yeah, it runs just fine. No more than 3 pulls on the first start. On a cold start, I would say 9 out of 10 times it does it on the first start, but I'll go with the average of three pulls. If I do more than that, I'm not mad. I'm just setting it down. So me and Look Paramotors are cool guys now because we both fly PAPs. So the rest of you, just
That's
ready to.
It's hard to get. It's hard not to get a good paramotor these days. Seriously.
Mark and I had this conversation the other day. I think it's just like So I think it's just like a car manufacturer. You could have 100 cars pumped out, and one of them come off the line that's absolute crap, or 50 of them come off that have some sort of issue. It's the same thing with paramotors, the motors. I mean, you have so many that come off the line that are bulletproof. No matter what you do to them, they just keep running. And then there's others that no matter what you do, they won't stay running. It's just, I guess, the luck of the draw, which I shouldn't say because usually my luck falls on the side of this thing won't stay running. But this motor has literally done me well.
Yeah, I'm happy with mine. This is something I have no experience with. EFI, electronic fuel injection.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's going to hit bigger than batteries, because it kind of seems like they're. I think batteries are ahead here, but I don't know.
Keith and Kat also have a PAPS, so they're in with Lyft and Shane. Just so you know.
No. They had.
Oh well, it still makes them cooler than you. Just so you know.
I don't know. There's one tap guy in here and 2 power to fly guys.
That's
Just
right.
saying.
It's same with the wings, man. I mean, things have gotten to the point where, I mean, they're decent wings, whoever you get them from. I mean, I think we tend to gravitate towards what we're used to flying, you know. I've always been leery of trying new wings.
Me too.
So that's that might be right there. That's what. Who asked about what y'all going to try to improve this year? That would be one thing.
So in 3 years, flying a paramotor, I have only flown one other wing, and that was Smart Car Brian's Scirocco 2, I believe it was.
That's what I flew. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
And let me tell you, I swear at some point I ran by Brian and I felt like Forrest Gump because I just kept running and running and running. And he's like, give it gas, give it gas. I'm like, I've got full throttle, dude. I'm still running full speed. What's going on? Lift. And finally the thing took off. Once I got in the air, it was fine. But Jesus, it took me 4.5 minutes of my 7-minute flight catch my breath. I was like, I'm not used to that.
How many meter?
It was only I don't want to lie to you. It was like I have no idea. How about that? It was small. It wasn't much smaller than the wing I'm on now, which is a 27 meter, but he told me you're going to have to run with this wing. He said that's one thing about this wing is it takes a whole lot of effort to get it up and out of there. Now, once I got up in the air, like I barely pulled to do a wing over. On my first one, I was like, "Oh, that was a good one." And that second one, I pulled it, and I was like, "Whoa, all right, let's just go back to flying regular." Like I was not prepared for the reaction of that wing. But
did it have 2D tied into it?
Yes, but I did not use that. I was only using brakes only. Like Mark and I talk about it every time we meet up. We're like, we're gonna fly each other's wings. Never do. It never even crossed our mind.
Yeah, I need to fly that wing though.
Yeah, it needs a real pilot under it. Finally.
No, I just want to fly it one time. And what's it, a 27 or 28?
27.
Yeah, that's what my wing is. It'd be even swap.
Yeah, that's what I see. All right, so at when we go camping, if at midday, if the winds are good, there's a nice field right in the middle of everybody, and we can go kite and see how that works out for each one of us, and then give it a shot.
Yeah, that's all good.
Will, you got Lyft Paramotor say he's selling his.
Yeah, I saw that, but I'm kind of holding out, man. Holding out for the Colorado too. We'll see how that goes.
See, and
I'm comfortable with my wing, and it still like holds me.
I haven't. No, and well, here's my theory. I haven't figured out what the full potential of my wing is yet as a pilot and my skill level. I think once I get to the skill level where it maxes out this wing, then I should start looking into possibly finding another wing. But I don't see what the harm is trying to find a wing now to get an idea than it is to need a wing and go, I have no idea because I've never flown another wing.
Okay, well, that's where I'm at. I
Right.
know I've not outgrown this wing, so it's not that I'm probably I need to send it in for inspection. Probably need a new wing, but it's more I want a new wing than it is I need a new wing. But and it's not because I want. Well, I'd like to go a little faster, but as far as the capabilities are concerned, I'm real happy with the Colorado.
Just launch with a 25-pound plate on your chest. That'll be 25 pounds heavier. Go a little faster. You'll be fine.
Go. Yeah, I'll get
You
that a
do
try.
you do a flyby. You drop the weight, and then you circle back around and land. It's perfectly fine.
Did you see in that video I just posted that guy Graham how fast that wing was at Hodges?
Yeah, you
No.
want to tell everybody what size that wing was?
17 meter, but man, he was on speed bar. I could not believe how fast it was.
17 meter. You know what? I would just be standing there, full throttle, and absolutely no lift. That wing would be like, not today, fat boy.
Mr. Dana said I could fly his wing if I want to. He and I have the exact same wing, same size, same color, same everything. Might take you up on that, man.
Hey, have you ever wondered that? If you flew the exact same wing, same size, same everything, do you think it would fly any different? Do you think it would be exactly the same?
Well, the closest experience I have with that is my buddy and I had the exact same wing, same color. We were both laid out. Mine's a 23, his is a 25. We were both set up and waiting for the winds to die down. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Anyways, came time to fly. I grabbed my wing, took off, and great launch. Everything was fine. And I get a call on the radio, and he's like, "Hey, Will, how's that 25 meter flying?" I took his wing by mistake, and I didn't know any different. I couldn't tell any different.
I've always wondered that if there was, I mean, even if you get two cars that are exactly the same year, make, model, everything, they're going to drive somewhat a little different. Just, I mean, not major, like where you're going to be like, oh my God, but brake lines, like there has to be some sort of difference. It can't be the same. I know they're designed the exact same way, but there's got to be some sort of little bit of difference in them one way or the other.
Stuff it now. See, this is a good question. Look, Paramotor's asking about the ribs there, the rods. I think Tony, you were asking about it. It says Colorado. If Colorado has ribs inside the wing, are you able to stuff it, or do you have to fold it? Man, I don't know. It's a good question.
I do the. Well, how do you fold your wings up? I use the rose, whatever it's called.
Rosette or whatever.
Yeah, rosette.
It's like an Italian name, turpentine or.
No. I do the rosette or whatever it's called.
What about your line? Or are you talking about the wing itself?
No, when you're putting your wing away in a stuff sack. How do you put your wing away?
I go to the middle of the wing and I gather each individual cell until I get to the end, and then I take those, stick them between my legs, and then I get the rest on the other side. Then I keep them all together, take them and turn them 90 degrees and put them in the center. And then keep pressure on it, a little pressure, so they're all heading in the same direction so they won't bend. And then I just start stuffing the wing around it.
All right, for me, I usually go to the left side of the wing, grab the lines there, and go to each cell, boom, 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 boom. And then I have all the cells in my hand, and I pick the wing up, put it in the stuff sack, bring the bag around it, and then I make it look like a rose, if you will, or a flower on top with the cells. And then my line and my risers go on top of that. And Tony put in here, asked about daisy chain. I was told during school that that's just unnecessary rubbing on the lines when you daisy chain them.
I agree.
With friction. So I don't do it that way. I'm not against it. I just don't do it that way because that's the way I was taught not to do. And boom. If it's right or wrong, I have no idea. I personally don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, it to me it looks better, but I don't do that. I don't like the rubbing it. The same reason. I think it's just extra wear and tear. But hey, to each his own.
There you go. Greg's got jokes tonight. extra fast pilot.
Good for you.
That ain't gonna help me out none. Oh, I would order the extra fat pilot. Got it. Moving on.
No, he said fast pilot.
I know. I said fat pilot. Me, if I ordered my shirt.
Gotcha.
Listen, do I need to pull the crayons out, bro? Draw you a picture.
I need
let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to look for any other questions. Anyways, we have about 3.5 minutes. Mark, anything you want to add to tonight's show?
Nope, nothing that I know of. I've just been here reading the chat.
Is there a GoFundMe to help you pay for your house payment this month, or?
No, that's what I got a wife for.
Man, I can't wait to see Mark's house. I mean, he's had Will there several times, invited him many times, and I'm just like, I'd like to show up. Hey, listen, I just like to show up. And he's like, we'll figure it out. I'm busy.
We could give a call out to our chatters.
Yes, let's do that. Tonight's been a little awkward for me. I just focused on one particular thing and wanted to get that out of the way. So yeah, let's do that. Bob the pilot. That's is he new? I don't remember.
Pilots. Oh no, hey Bob.
Well, this is his question right here. Sorry. Hold on. Losing my mind.
So let me just read it out loud. In zero wind, where airspeed matches ground speed, which it would in zero wind, any square meter wing will eventually lift your weight at a specific ground speed. It must be matched to your running speed and your motor's thrust. Yeah, I guess you go fast enough, it's eventually gonna give you. You're gonna get the lift.
Yeah, but when you're this big, like me, there's only so much speed you can run, and then that wing better be picking up, because if not, you watched. Oh, real quick. So you guys watched the intro. There's an explanation to the outro. So please, like I said at the beginning of this podcast, please wait till the end to understand. And Will, remind me to do the outro, because it doesn't make any sense if I just bail like 9 times out of 10.
And we're reading the. Well, let me give a shout out to the chatters, because we
okay.
love them. So we've got Gen C, Tony Marzano. Wait a minute. Yeah, I said that right. Tony Marzano, Michael Jasper, Jim Care PPG from Canada, Angela Preslick, Linda Anderson, Jim Care PPG. I saw I said him already. John Wayne, we got Greg Laney, Brian Waller. What's up, hey Bale? JP Tulo's in the house. I think this is easy, don't you? But it's harder than it looks. Lift Paramotor, Austin, okay. Linda Anderson, Paramount, what's going on? Cupcake Krista's in the house. Got Mark McElroy.
Who?
Mark. I think I said his name right. I don't know. Let's see. Got that one. Got that one. We're good there. Just Want to Fly is in the house. Call me. Walter Priori from. Where's he from?
Down under.
Down under Australia. Let's see. John Wayne. Got him. Got some others here. Mr. Dana, 54. What's up, Dana? Now let me know if I miss anyone. Keith Gray, what's up? And DP. Man, I'd like to see you again sometime. All right. Let's see.
Hey, no wonder you didn't hear me. We got Jeff Pepper, and then PPG, the other Nick. He just
What's up,
showed
guy?
up. And DP says that he remembers thinking I was gonna bite the side of the little hill at Moonshiners last year.
Oh yeah.
But my little feet saved my bacon. That's on one of my TikToks, dude. I'm telling you, man. There's no reason. There's absolutely no reason why I should not have been already buying a new prop. That if there was any chance to blow one, that would have been it.
It was pretty tough. Good.
PPG Nick, how are you doing?
It's PPG, the other Nick.
Well, the other
whatever. That's the only one we got in here.
DP says your legs were moving like a cartoon. Yeah, they were. But you know what? You did it just right. You got off. You didn't sit in your seat.
No, I lifted my feet up. I tried to get my feet above my head to try to avoid the ground at all costs. When I jumped, I was like, "It's gonna happen." But yeah, as soon as he says he's home and ready to fly. Which, Nick, if you get a hold of me, I'll let you know. We'll be over that way. Not this week, but next week. A bunch of us. So about 12 of us will be over there, close to there next by Wauchula Airport. So if you want to meet up, let me know. Actually, I think you're already. You know what? I think I just invited a guy that was already invited. I think that's already been put in place. Never mind. Nick, ignore everything that Will just said.
I didn't say anything.
I can't take the blame for that dumb shit stuff I just said.
I'll take the blame for it.
Okay, so we are out of here. I'm pulling up the outro. Let me make sure I got the right one. Intro, outro, got it. Look at there. Man. All right, guys. Well, Mark, if you guys want to hang on just a second after the show, we will have a little quick powwow, and then we'll let Mark get to bed because tomorrow's his Friday.
All right, man. Good night, all.
True that.
Good night, guys.
I've got a lot to say,